Greetings, everyone, and welcome. It is April the 7th, coming to you with one statement. I was wrong on Victoria Spartz. She's changed, and I always want to do my very best to represent truth, especially the Ukrainian perspective. And you can see on the thumbnail where I'm just point blank telling you I was wrong. She comes out being interviewed. I'm the only Ukrainian-born member of Congress, and here's why we must give land to Russia. Of course, Ukraine very hurt by these statements, and I will tell you that I am personally hurt as well. I have been in meetings with Victoria Spartz. You can see the picture there. I know her personally. I do not want to state anything negatively or criminally against her, but this is a tragedy that this narrative would change so much, and I'm going to validate it to you, but I'm just extremely disappointed, and I was wrong about it. And there's been many people over the last year in my live streams and my channels telling me, Greg, you know what? I don't think so. I think you're wrong on Spartz. You're wrong on Spartz. I'm here to tell you today, you guys that were telling me that, you are right. I was wrong. Now, I will tell you, I sat right beside her in meetings, and she point blank was hammer down, support Ukraine, hammer down, fight Russia. In fact, I can show you this tweet right here from 2023, providing all necessary assistance to help Ukraine to protect its people and restore international order is everyone's national interest. I appreciate my fellow at Helsinki Com members for joint letters at the President Biden in support of longer range and cluster munitions. Something changed during that time. It was right after this that I was having meetings there in DC and got to know her, sat right beside her in the meetings. We're speaking in Russian language. She's from Chernihiv region, and no problems. Everything's great. I knew personally her unwavering, undying support as a native Ukrainian who had immigrated to the United States, but it has completely changed. She is completely down the MAGA drain now, down the Russian propaganda drain, and it is just the reality of it. Very, very unfortunate. So for you guys today, this is what this video is about, because I want always to represent the truth the best I can. As I tell you, I would rather be late and accurate than early and wrong. But this is what we're dealing with. In her article, she calls for giving land to Russia to end the war. She also point blank said, do not vote for Zelensky in the upcoming elections. The world hates Vladimir Zelensky. Not us, not the people that support, but these world leaders hate him. Why? Because he stands for truth. He stands for what is right. I don't understand how Ukraine can be in a position to demand land retention. If they had won the war, it would be a different story, quote. You're Ukrainian. Well, you used to be. If it drags on for too long, it usually doesn't end well for democracies. Zelensky's back to the behavior in the White House was horrible, and he is doing a disservice to the Ukrainian people and insulting the American president's office. She despises Zelensky, to be quite honest, stating that if they will have elections and if Ukrainians re-elect him, they will lose the rest of their country. She says point blank, now I support Trump, but Putin should never be trusted. And I'm here to tell you guys point blank, when I was in meetings with her, she was anti-Trump, but not now. At least she says Putin shouldn't be trusted. Now, don't take it from me only, and this is it for the video. Here's already some responses coming in from Ukraine. I want to share with you one piece here. This is from Brachuk. Powerful voice inside Ukraine, standing for what is right, military. I won't give the region he's from. Huge following, analyst that I trust very much. He says this Victoria is not very Victoria-like, but this is her view from America and not from inside Ukraine. And then he calls her the short name, which is a little disrespectful. Vita, just let the Russians come and stay at a night in your parents' house for half a day. Love Ukraine in yourself, not yourself in Ukraine. Here is Brachuk.
Glory to Ukraine. I don't want to hype this topic, but I'll mention Congresswoman Victoria Spartz from Chernihiv. She now represents the Republican Party in Congress. Seems like she made it. Good for her. Not sure how, but she did. She's a congresswoman. This Victoria Spartz isn't very Victoria-like. She doesn't care about her homeland's victory. She thinks about surrendering. Of course, she thinks she knows better from America. Maybe she's active on social media where everyone talks about betrayal, bad leadership, and Ukraine losing. It'd be one thing, but she calls herself Ukrainian. She claims to know Ukraine's mood, yet she talks about giving up Ukrainian land. Vida, let Russians into your parents' house for half a day and see how it goes. You can go and stay overnight with them. The topic seems trivial, but these are Republicans. It's serious. This is serious. It's always barking about its former homeland, I'm sure now. I don't want such things to be called Ukrainian. So what's my point? The main thing is to love Ukraine and yourself, not yourself and Ukraine. It doesn't work otherwise. Otherwise, you'll be like Spartz.
There you have it, point blank and direct. And he says, I really hate to spend time on something that is so trivial, but unfortunately, it is serious. It is very serious. And for those of you that are a part of the Hope Train in my community, today, I was wrong. That lady completely changed 100%. And going forward, we're just going to dig in deeper and dig in stronger. And thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting us. Please leave a comment, a like, a subscribe. I hope this conveys the morality. Like, I felt morally compelled. I talked with Gertis. I said, man, I feel morally compelled to come on here and set the record straight on Victoria Spartz. So there it is. Thank you for your support. And thank you for trusting in myself and our team to provide you with accurate, factual information. There you have it. You guys be blessed. So much going on today. We'll be back at you soon.